Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Monday, August 26th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol PTON, had a big move yesterday and that continued into today. So definitely a lot of people still watching it and talking about it, so want to get some things updated here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. And first key update comes about based on a foundational rule and chart in which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So red to green there, and you can see this already played out here. Price broke above it, and then there was a bit of a pullback, and you can see that area did a good job of providing support. So if this late day move continues to pull back, then the ideal level of support right there at 475. Ideal meaning for ask, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute healthiest moving forward? And that would be if the price can stay above 475. With that being said, don't get me wrong, it's not like if the price falls below that level, then that means the entire chart's epically destroyed or anything like that. That would not be the case because from the bigger picture point of view, it's all about that purple line right there. 50 period simple moving average, keyword being moving. I understand the price is way up here, that line's way down there, but as time goes by, that line's going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. So if you do care about the overarching standpoint of things, as long as the price stays above that purple line, the bulls are in full control. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, nothing fancy here, just a question of where did the party stop today, and the party stopped right up there at 498, so that'll be the main battleground moving forward. But all in all, very nice way to close out the week. Next one, MNTS, and quite the roller coaster day here, but creates an interesting scenario. Gap up, a little bit of a pullback, huge spike, huge collapse, but the key is it didn't keep collapsing. It at least started to go sideways here. Now let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because there was a huge collapse and just because the price is now starting to go sideways does not mean for sure guaranteed this pullback is over and for sure guaranteed this thing is going to continue on upwards. With that being said, is it at least plausible? Absolutely. Case in point, let's just say that the price was still dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be totally justified to say, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price is literally still just dropping straight down. Well, that's not the case here. It has at least started to go sideways. So again, does that mean that this is the bottom? No. But is it at least plausible to throw out that suggestion? Absolutely. So on that note, key level to watch that seems to be struggling with if there is going to be any sort of bigger bounce right there at $1.31. And then as far as supports are concerned, nothing fancier, just where did the collapse finally stop and start to go sideways? And that was right there at about the 98-cent mark. So no doubt about it, nasty collapse, got the sideways movement. Is this the first phase before another move back to the upside? Let's see what next week has to offer. Next one, ticker symbol APDN, and overall, chart is fine, but a little tricky to talk about because there's perspective that goes into it. If you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad. But if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, let me zoom this out here more, you can see that the overall trend is still plenty in the upwards direction. And really the easiest way I think to illustrate this is to just focus on that purple line, which I talked about in a previous chart, that 50 period simple moving average. But you can see that level did a fantastic job of providing support there. And then late day yesterday, price never quite hit it, but got close, stayed above it. So as I said on the previous one, from assuming you care about the overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that purple line, things are totally fine. Once more, I get it. If you're a day trader and you bought right there, you don't care about the purple line. That's why I'm trying to distinguish between more so a day trader scalper versus somebody that cares about the overall standpoint of things. So continue to watch that purple line. As long as the price is above there, then overall the trend is still in the bull's favor. In terms of levels of resistance in the near term, seems as though the key battleground to watch, if there's going to be any sort of chance at all of this thing curling back upwards and making another run up to those highs, right there at 279. But like I said, big picture wise, even with the nasty pullback today, the trend still is bullish. Next one here, HOLO, and I'm going to go through this one very quickly because I'm basically going to go into broken record mode and I want to respect your time as much as possible, but same exact thing that I just talked about. day traders that bought right there, yeah, things now are not looking so good. But if you care about the big picture point of view, watch that purple line right there. You can see here, as it's been sloping upwards, the price has been doing a good job of respecting it and actually not even testing it. Whereas the previous one tested it a couple of times, this one hasn't even tested it. Now, granted, it is starting to get a little close here, so maybe there is a test of it coming on, Monday or Tuesday. But like I said, big picture wise, everything is still perfectly fine from the trend building standpoint. In terms of levels of resistance, nothing here has changed. Still about that 70-cent mark. Now, I would agree that I got weakened up today, given the price did get above it. Problem is the price was not able to maintain above it at all. So still going to be 70 cents as that main area of resistance. But overall, the trend is still plenty bullish. As long as the price stays above that purple line, that'll remain the case. Next one here, NVDA. Very nice recovery after what was a very nasty day on Thursday. So I'm going to go ahead and just adjust this level up. And now that we have this level back in play there at 130 as a resistance. So this was an area of resistance I talked about a couple of days ago. But then after yesterday with the price way down here, I decided to kind of just eliminate that for the time being because it was no longer relevant. However, after today, it is once again relevant. You can see earlier today, price got relatively close to it, couldn't quite push through it. But, the price is still well within striking distance, only has to travel a small distance before it can do battle with it again. So 130 going to be that main area of resistance headed into next week. In terms of areas of support, still have the overarching level down there at 121. In the near term, though, best case scenario would be if the price can stay above that purple line. But as I've said previously, if the price falls below that, that doesn't mean the entire chart's epically smashed or destroyed because you still do have this level down there. But yeah, what would make it look the best? Certainly staying above that purple line. And then from a pattern standpoint, for you pattern players, kind of draw that in there. Got a nice little, let me put the golf hole down here to make it a little bit more visual. Nice little bull pennant pattern. So can the bull pennant get the breakout and then push up through 130? We'll see what happens next week. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering next week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, FFIE. And once more, we're going to develop a topic here all about perspective. Day traders that bought up around here, scalpers, absolutely train wreck of a day. But even with this nasty, nasty pullback from the highs, even with breaking down through that support trend line that I put in there yesterday, I'm going to get through that. Overall, the trend is still fine. And the easiest way to see that is, yeah, you guessed it once again, let's just use that purple line. Now moving forward, level of support did certainly reveal itself today. And that is right here at, let's see, what is that? $6, and we'll call it 55 cents, $6.60. You can see right here, found support a couple of times yesterday and then today, basically all afternoon long, was hovering right around that area. So preferably speaking, staying above 660 would be great. But as long as the price overarching wise is staying above that purple line, that's what you want to see. In terms of areas of resistance, nothing new to report. Still 870 like the previous one. Sure, it maybe got weakened up today because the price did start up above it. But then obviously that opening 30 minutes, the price was not able to stay above it. And then that next candle right there went right back to acting as resistance. So in the very near term, 870 remains that key area of resistance. But overall, like I said, big picture wise, the trend still has plenty of opportunities to build those higher lows. And that's what it's all about. If you care about the overall picture, you're bullish. That's what you want to see, higher lows. And like I said, that one still has the opportunity to do so. Next one, LCID. Did this one in yesterday's video, and the beast mode continues. So updates need to be made. Going to go ahead and just get rid of that as it served its purpose for now. And first update, just based on that rule as I've said, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So 395, that newest area. What I'm going to actually do is adjust this level up. And it's always a good sign, assuming you're bullish, when levels of support need to be adjusted upwards. And talk about 405 here as that ideal level, which you now know. It just means what would make it look the strongest. Certainly if the price can stay above there. But from the overarching standpoint, just watch that purple line. And as that line moves itself higher and higher, as long as the price stays above there, the bulls are in full control. In terms of areas of resistance, main battleground seems to be right around, give or take, this $4.25 mark. I say give or take because couple times right there and there, price didn't quite hit that level. Then other couple times the price went slightly above it. So just trying to find a middle ground right there at 425 is what I would call the main area of resistance. But all in all, past few days have been very, very powerful. And as long as this thing keeps on putting those higher highs and higher lows, that's what you want. Next one, TSLA, and very impressive turnaround today. I mean, you just go back to yesterday, last 30 minutes, this thing was breaking down, and I thought, all right, I mean, that 200 period moving average is getting tested, but yeah, definitely wrong on that as this thing turned around in a big way today. So impressive by any stretch. So as far as supports, that's just going to be based on that rule, and levels of resistance are broken and closed above. You want to see the MACD support, and actually, I just noticed that now. You can see that's right where it found support during that opening 30 minutes before working its way back upwards. So in any sort of pullback, 214 is going to be that ideal level. But even if the price doesn't hold above there, not that far away, you have the pink line down there, the 200 period moving average at 208.35 that you'd want to see hold as support. And then in terms of areas of resistance, I think the key level to get into play here is going to be that trend line right there. And now where the price stands, it still guarantees nothing, but it's certainly well within striking distance of potentially getting up there and pushing up through that level. And, you know, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. Got to think a lot of people are watching that line, and lots of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing. It can create buying just because people say, I'm a breakout trader. Oh, look, that's breaking out. Oh, I'm supposed to buy, and then they just buy because it's breaking out. So like I said, self-fulfilling prophecy. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it's a reasonable thought to have. But all in all, nice day here for Tesla. Next one here, PRTG, and good little pattern here has formed. So let's get this drawn into play. So we have the support part of the pattern right here. We have the resistance part of the pattern right there. Let me just change it to one color so we can see it, or make sure you see it. There's our resistance. There's our support. There's a big move up. Talked about this previously. Put the golf ball down there for you golfers, make it a little bit more visual. And we have ourselves a nice bull pennant pattern. So if you like stocks down below $10, you like bull pennant patterns, definitely keep an eye on this one. Next one, TQQQ, and nice recovery on this one today. Wasn't looking as bad as Tesla was on Thursday, but still looking pretty rough and got the turnaround here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these lines down here as they've served their purpose for now. And also just adjust this area of resistance right up to here, as that seems to be, I'm sorry, right there at 72 key level, which again, trying to find a middle ground, because yes, I realized today didn't quite hit that level. A couple times here went above it. So maybe you disagree with that, and I can see that. But like I said, just doing my best to try to find a middle ground to illustrate the fact that whenever the price has gotten up around this area of the chart, momentum has struggled to, you know, maintain itself and, you know, build upon itself. So right around $72, certainly going to be the main battleground going into next week. And then in terms of the areas of support, what I'm actually very curious about is this trend line here that was established today. Can the price continue to hold above that support? That's what I'm curious about. If it doesn't, am I saying the chart's going to collapse? No, but I could see that leading to a little bit more downwards pressure for sure. But as of now, the price is doing a great job of staying above it. Price isn't anywhere close to it. So if this grind continues, then I'll be very interested to see if the price can push up through 72 next week. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used, then definitely get signed up for the free live webinar next week. It'll be Thursday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So hope to see you there, and it is a genuine live event, and I say that because if you have questions, there's a live Q&A, so you bring your questions, and I will answer them there. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. Quick clarification, I am now on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes. And that's because Bitcoin is open 24/7. And I want this video to remain relevant for as long as possible. And by using the 4-hour time frame, it'll allow me to do so. But all I can really say is, wow, check out this last 4-hour session. Huge move up, got up through that pink line there, the 200 period moving average. So that's a very significant move from a technical standpoint. And going into the weekend here, things are looking very, very impressive. So, and I'm just going to assume you're watching this video, let's just say Sunday afternoon. So question number one you need to ask yourself is this: where is the price at relative to 61,800? In other words, is the price still above that pink line? If you're answering the question that the price is above there in any way, shape, or form, that's still a healthy looking chart. Even if it's down here, that would still just be a healthy pullback. I mean, nothing can go straight up. Sometimes things need to pull back. But as long as the pullback stays above that pink line, then as far as I'm concerned, no complaints at all. Now, common sense will take you far in regards to this. If you're saying, well, yeah, Clay, the price is up above this level and it's right here, again, that's very good. If the price is way up here or even higher, well, then that's just telling you that Bitcoin is built upon this momentum that we're looking at right now and gotten that much stronger, and the bulls are in full strength. So like I said, let common sense guide you in regards to that. If somehow you're saying, well, actually, Clay, I'm watching this Sunday afternoon, the price is down below that pink line, Okay, not the end of the world. Where's the price at relative to that area right there? Current value right around 59,700. If somehow, and I doubt this is the case, but if you're answering the question that the price is down below that purple line, something went wrong in a big way, because that would imply that the price wiped away this whole gain, came all the way down here, and then continued to drop. So like I said, I doubt you're answering it that way, but nonetheless, that would be, you know, the next secondary question if somehow you're answering the question that the price is down below that pink line there. But yeah, overall, very, very nice surge here as we head into the weekend, so we'll see how things continue to play out. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to go get signed up for this class if you enjoyed what you saw here, because what you're learning about in the training can and definitely should be used within your crypto and Bitcoin trading. So go get signed up. Like I said, it'll be next week, Thursday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do a couple things for me. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what your watch list is for next week. If you have a request for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, leave that down below, and I'll do my best to get to that in a video next week. So thanks for watching. Take care. Go get signed up for that free class, and have a great weekend.